Shalom, shalom, brother Ayer, Roy Regime of Yahushua. First and foremost, we're going to say, call Halor Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash. And that's all praises to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, through the Holy Spirit. Okay, I want to say double honors to our elders and leaders of the nation of Yasha Allah, who's pushing and teaching this truth and sincerity, as well as the elect, the 1/3, the believers, okay, the body of Yahushua. I want to say shalom. Okay, I titled this lesson, the House has passed bill registering 18 to 26-year-old males for military service. Okay, and it's pretty much just a breakdown through the spirit, pulling precepts, showing through the scriptures, okay, what's going on, okay, because this is leading up to what the Bible refers as the final battle, or World War III, the Battle of Armageddon. The Bible talks about basically the Battle of Jehoshaphat, okay, all nations being led down, okay, and the Valley of Jehoshaphat, okay, which means great decision, the Valley of Judgment, okay, whereas the Lord is going to bring all nations and judge them for this final war, okay, before the kingdom could come in. This is how this current world system, okay, the earth abided forever, but it's for this things pertaining within the earth as we know it, the rulership, things of that nature, okay, kingdoms will destroy themselves in this final war. And this is what all of this is leading up to, okay, this is why this is so significant, okay. People may say, well, for years now, males has had to register for the draft anyway when they turn 18, which is true, okay, but now this is something that's been passed through draconian laws and measures where they automatically do it for you. Okay, but what we're showing is this is one step closer to what the Bible refers to as that great battle. Okay, that great and final battle. So this is just one step closer to it. All right, so what I want to do, I want to open up, let's grab some precepts. Let's get Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So to everything, there's a season and purpose for everything under the sun. This is what we're in the season and time for now. Verse 8, let me read that again. A time for love and a time for hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So this is a time of war. Okay, that all signs, you can hear the war drums beating. If you have any type of spiritual discernment and you follow prophecy, that's not hard to see. Look at what's going on in the earth, okay, with these other countries, political proxy wars, all of these things, rumors of wars. It's clear that we are in a time of war. Okay, even spiritually, okay, those of the men, women of the Lord, okay, you even know, feel it in your spirit, okay, it's high time to wake out of sleep. It's strong spiritual warfare, but what we're focusing on now is, even in the physical way, it's a time that's leading up to war. Let's get Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all of these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So you go hear wars and rumors of wars. Everything that we're hearing and experiencing now. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So not quite the time yet. Don't mean it's the end today or tomorrow, but what is it showing you through prophecy? All of this means what? This is the beginning of the end, the beginning of sorrows, letting you know we're in the season, that time of war. All right, this is Jeremiah 51:46. And lest your heart faint and you fear the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come in 1 year. And after that, in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening right now in the earth. Okay, right now it's more rumors. We're hearing constant rumors of wars. Okay, you got you look in the news, okay, everything that's going on, okay, it's something always pertaining to war, getting one step closer, okay, to what the Bible refers to, okay, that great day, that great battle. All right, let's grab Joel. Well, no, before I get Joel, I want to play a couple videos. One moment.
One outfit, underwear, toothbrush, and Old Spice total body. One outfit, underwear, toothbrush, and Old Spice total body deodorant. I just packed in less than a minute.
Hey, can you put these in the car while I finish packing, please?
Question is on passage of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, please say no. The ayes have it. Mr. Chairman, for what purposes, gentlemen from Washington, seek recognition? I request a recorded vote. A recorded vote is requested. Those favoring a recorded vote will rise. A sufficient number having risen, a recorded vote is ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote. On this vote, the yeas are 217, the nays are 199. The bill is passed. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Question is...
Okay, so that was the other day. The House has already passed it. I believe it may have to go through the Senate for the final decision. But however, it's already been passed to the House. So get your permission, okay? Soon as at least the males, 18, okay, the government automatically register. Okay, so prophecy is coming to pass, okay? They automatically register leading up into that great day. Okay, so all the things, the dreams, aspiration, and visions, okay, pipe dreams or whatever they may have, whether it be these careers or whatever. It was just showing you, okay, when the Lord gets ready to take things down or move, okay, that's what it's going to be. Everything that people hoped in, those dreams to put above the Most High, okay, I'm going to seek career first. I'm going to seek my life. I'm going to chase my dreams, okay? What we're showing you, okay, it's all in vain, all vanity. Okay, why? Because the most important thing was to search and seek the Lord face first. Okay, because like the Lord said, I will not give my glory to another. Okay, Isaiah 40:8. So everything else is secondary. Okay, and now we're finally in that time, in that season where everything we've been prophesying all this time, everything we've been speaking through these scriptures, the Lord is now bringing it to pass. All right, let me grab that real quick. It's Jeremiah 51:10. Jeremiah 51:10. For the Lord had brought forth our righteousness. What it means, the Lord has brought forth our righteousness. Okay, everything the men of the Lord have been saying for all these years, prophesying these things through the scriptures, it is now starting to come to pass. You can see it coming to pass. Okay, what sound crazy at one point, we say, hey, the draft is coming back soon. World War III is on the brinks. Okay, well, a few years ago, people may have laughed. They scoffed. That sound crazy. Now you're starting to actually see it unfold. That's the Lord bringing forth our righteousness. For the Lord has brought, verse 10, for the Lord had brought forth our righteousness. Come, let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord. Or let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord, because as the Lord bring these prophecies to pass, like we've been prophesying, what? We're going to say what? The Lord done that. That's the Lord, the Most High. Look, we told you through the scriptures, okay? That's the Lord bringing everything to pass. We're declaring his glory in Zion. Okay, because the Lord is not a man that he should lie. So he's showing you everything that's written is starting to come to pass. It will come to pass. All right, Let's grab Joel, the second chapter, Joel 2:1. Because this is not the time, okay, according to prophecy, okay. If it was ever a time, never a time to go join the military right now, this is the time not to. Okay, we're going to look at that according to the prophecy. So this is Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, sound the alarm in my holy mountain. That's what we're doing right now. You blow the trumpet by what? Prophesying. We prophesying in Zion, warning our people what's to come. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Okay, let's grab verse 20. But I will remove off from you the northern army. Okay, and that's going into basically Northern America. So everybody who's going into the draft now or that's in the military, when it says I will remove off from you the northern army, that's the Lord leading the army down in the Middle East. Okay, that whole Iran area. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and I will drive him into a land barren and desolate. Barren and desolate because it's a desert. Nothing really over there but sand. Okay, this is where they all going down to be judged. With his face towards the east sea. Okay, I mean facing towards the like Iran area, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up. When he says his stink shall come up, that's talking about great death. So this final war, everybody who goes down to that area to fight, that's being drafted, and because that's where it's going to all lead them. The Lord is pulling them down to that area for judgment. His stink shall come up. That's talking about bodies, like a corpse when they rot, showing you the majority, okay, unless they part or happen to be part of the elect that's down there, they're pretty much going to be killed. With their face towards the east, and his hinder part toward the uttermost sea, and their stink shall come up, and his ill savior shall come up, because he had done great things. All right, now let's grab Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. See that? The valley of Jehoshaphat, meaning the valley of judgment. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, for whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So part of this is the Lord judging all the nations. All these nations has played a part or a hand in the captivity of our people at some point through history. Okay, so the Lord, this is that great day of judgment that the Lord is getting ready to do to the nations. Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Now, verse 2, let me back up a little bit, read that again. I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people, my heritage Israel. When they say I'm going to bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people, let me grab a precept to show you what it means when the Lord says I'm going to plead with them. That's not talking about begging, okay? To plead with them, talking about great judgment through destruction. So quick precept for that, that's Isaiah 66:16. I'll start at 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with chariot like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. See that? And the slain of the Lord shall be many. So by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. So it's showing you what we read in Joel when it says, I'm going to bring them all down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and plead with them there. This is how the Lord is going to plead with them, by fire and judgment. Okay, showing you great depth is coming to all those who's down in that region or that area for this final battle. All right. Also, let me grab Isaiah 9:5. Another precept. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. So going back from ancient times, if you look at all those battles, like you watched old ancient movies, Gladiator, 300, all those movies were up close and personal. I mean, sword against sword, iron and iron, up close battle. They scream, cutting off arms, heads, limbs. It was face to face, up close and personal. But not this final battle. Not this battle that everything is leading up to here. Let me read that again. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, showing you this last great war that the Lord is leading them down with. This is a nuclear war, okay? Burning and fuel of fire. That's talking about thermonuclear ballistic missiles and things. Okay, atomic bombs, those great the majority of all your superpower countries now have nukes. Now a lot of these, what was once smaller countries or third world countries, have now built up their military arsenal. A lot of them even have nukes now. So it's letting you know this final and great war ain't gonna be like any other war. Okay, this is gonna be it. Remember the old earth or the old world was judged with what? Water the Lord flooded. It was prophesied or spoken that the current world is gonna end in what? Fire. So this is the way that fire, the end of the world, is going to come about. Okay, the military nuclear ballistic missiles. Okay, so always showing you through the scriptures is what does this mean? 18 to 26-year-old men automatically being drafted. We're getting one step closer. It's going from just rumors of wars to what? It's leading up to that great and final war. Okay, that's going to ultimately usher in the coming of our Lord, our Messiah. All right, I'm going to go back to, where was we at? Joel, the 3rd chapter. And Joel 3, and let's read verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, for your pring hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Beat your plowshares into swords. So the Lord is letting you know what time it is. It's a time for war. A plowshare is what? Like a gardening tool for gardening. He said, no, you better turn that into a weapon. Okay, beat your plowshares into swords and your pring hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Even these weak nations now, like we said a minute ago, these weak nations has what? Now built up their military arsenal. So what? Let the weak nations say, I'm strong. Everybody's ready for battle. Everybody's ready for war. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come up, all ye heathen, all gather yourselves together round about. Thither, because the mighty one shall come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. See that? This is all leading up to the judgment of all these nations, this final war. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Everything is ready for judgment. Get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Verse 14, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. See, so this is what all this means. This is the significance or the reason for this lesson, letting you know it's not just, they passed it right under our nose, but it means more than just, I hear people, well, what's the big deal? Okay, well, men have been having to register. No, okay, it's deeper than that. This is all leading up to what we're reading, prophecy, that great battle, that final battle of the valley of decision. All right, let's see. Let's grab 2nd Ezra 15. Quick precept. 2nd Ezra 15 and 20. Because the Lord say, come up, all the nations, for I will judge you there in the valley of Jehoshaphat. So we go into our Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra 15 and 20. Behold, said Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another. See that? And repay the things that they have done unto them, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen. so will I will recompense in their bosom. Thus says the Lord Yahweh. So same thing we just read in Joel 3rd chapter. He said the same way for what they've done to my people, I'm going to recompense on their own head. Well, this is precept and it's showing you the Lord is gathering all these nations together for that judgment. Part of that judgment, like we said earlier, all these nations at some point in time in history had a hand in the captivity, the slavery of our people, okay, and the Lord's people, Israel. Okay, so this is the Lord paying all of them back. Not only that, breaking their power, but what is this also going to do? Israel is scattered into all four corners of the earth. Okay, all of these nations, countries have our people. Okay, this is also going to free our people. Okay, the Lord is going to use them. All the military is going to destroy each other. Remember, during the coming of Yahushua, the nation's going to be fighting each other. They're going to see the Lord coming with the angels and chariots out the sky. They're going to all stop fighting each other and turn their focus on him. And then he's going to utterly slay them all. Okay, that's the total freedom of the Lord's people. That's going to lead us into what? The kingdom of heaven. All right. Let's grab 2nd Ezra 16 and 33. Because we're showing you, okay, why this is so important too, and it's not the time to go fight the white man's wars, Esau. We're just being real, okay? All this stuff since the inception of his country is constant warfare, unjust wars, okay? But rather than what? Choosing their own children or whatever out of these colleges or whatever, they rather what? Get our people, the nation of Israel. Okay, get your sons, okay, your daughters to fight these wars. See, but this is a new generation. This Gen Z or whatever, they're not having it. Okay, they're not having it. So what is he going to ultimately do? Turn to these draconian laws. Okay, that's a draconian law in itself to automatically register somebody. Okay, but it's only going to get more draconian. If you refuse, what? It's going to be prison time. Okay, it's going to lead to more and more radical draconian laws. So let me grab this, then we'll get, let me see, 2nd Ezra 16:33. The virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. Why are they going to mourn? Because all the men going to be killed in this war that's coming up. Okay, all these drafts that's going down, the Lord leading them out there to the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of decision. Okay, as we read, their stink is going to come up. Okay, that's talking about great death. Okay, so a lot of these wives whose husbands go, going to be killed off in the war. They're going to be mourning because they have no bridegrooms, no helpers. Okay, nobody to help them take care, provide. Why? Because they're going to all be killed in this war. Verse 34. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. See that? And their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So the Lord is likening his prophecies coming to pass, specifically the prophecies of this great war battle that's going to lead to the end. He's likening it to a woman in labor. The closer she get to delivering that child or that birth, the more those labor pains increase. Well, this is the same thing that prophecy is going into with this war, this great final war. Remember we read Matthew 24, there should be wars and rumors of wars. Well, the rumors of wars are becoming more frequent. The closer we get to that actual great war, you're starting to hear more about war, more rumors, another rumor. This country did this, or they saying they're going to do this, another battleship off the coast of this place, this country sending more battleships. So the closer we get to that actual great day of battle, that great war, the more and more rumors and things we're going to hear. Just like a woman in travail. Before she give actual birth to that baby, the more intense those labor pains are going to become, all the way into what? The deliverance of that baby. Verse 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come up on the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. In those evils, be as pilgrims upon the earth. Okay, so verse 40, the Lord is telling you, oh, my people, make you ready to the battle, letting you know what time it is. It's a time of what? Spiritual battle warfare. Make you ready to the battle. Okay, let's see. Let's grab, let me get Revelations 9 and 12. One woe is past. That first woe is past. That was talking about World War I. Behold, there coming two woes more hereafter. So this was talking about World War I. What World War II and III was yet to come. Now let's get Revelations 11 and 14. The second woe is past. World War II. And behold, the third woe coming quickly. Behold, the third woe, what? World War III is coming quickly. This is what we're showing you, okay, through the prophecy, through these scriptures. Okay, this is what everything is leading up to, this third woe. So the rumors of wars is increasing. Everything is becoming more intense, all the way leading up into what? This great final third woe. That's going to be what? The valley of decision, that final battle, that judgment on the nations. All right, let me play another video. I think I have one more video.
Tu trabajo no es tu vida. Tu empresa.
One moment.
The U.S. government could be about to force 18 to 26-year-olds to go to war. As of a few days ago, the House of Representatives have passed a bill that allows the Selective Service to go through all the government databases and find any males between the ages of 18 and 26 in order to force them into military service if the government decides we need them to go and fight. Now, the real question here is not why did they do that, because you are required in the United States to be registered for this anyway, but why are they doing it now? Why is it that they are about to ban TikTok, which is the news source that most of us now use for this information, and at the same time they've released those new military recruitment videos, and if y'all haven't seen those, go check them out. It's a bunch of beautiful blondes showing their assets, saying to the younger generation, hey, come join me in the military. They are going to extremes right now to get people in the military. So you just got to ask yourself, why right now? And I have nothing against the military. It can be a great career for some people that choose it, but the key word there is choose it. If you are being forced into this, and especially now, why? Oh, and did I forget to mention that just a few days ago, Russia had warships right off the coast of Florida? Warships close enough to the coast of Florida that all of our allies felt like it was important for them to send some warships in order to escort those warships to where they were going? You just really got to ask yourself, why?
Okay, and why? And the answer is because a prophecy has to be fulfilled. That's why. Okay, the Lord has, like he said all through these scriptures, okay, I'm going to bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. There, I'm going to plead with them for my people. Okay, that's why. This is why all of this is happening. This is why it's going to become more and more frequent, increase more and more intense. Okay, but what I want to talk about also is the nerve, basically. Okay, all these draconian measures, okay, forcing somebody against their will. So this is showing you Esau is becoming more desperate. Okay, the closer he gets to his fall, he's now at his end. Okay, it's not optionary no more. Okay, he's gonna take you by force now. Okay, you don't have a choice. Ultimately, what is gonna ultimately lead up to. Okay, and if you refuse, okay, like we said earlier, just gonna be prison time. Okay, but it's showing you this man's wickedness, okay, through draconian measures using his law, okay, his legislation, his power, okay, he's going to enact this to force people. Okay, so I'm going to grab some precepts on that. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. That's an unrighteous decree or example. Okay, you're decreeing that you're going to force somebody's child, a person, to go register. Or ultimately, it's going to lead to what forced drag. Not just register. They're going to say, no, you come in the fight or else. Okay, but nonetheless, that's an example of an unrighteous decree. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy for judgment and to take away the right of the poor, my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless, because that's who they ultimately target, the poor of the Lord's people, talking about the Lord's people, okay? Not their children. You're going to look at the House of Representatives and Congress or whatever. I did a little research on it. It was like, out of everybody who's ever served in the House, Congress, or whatever, only 18% of them has ever went into service themselves, either themselves or their children. Only 18%. So the majority of them never stepped foot on the battlefield or their kids, but yet they're going to, through draconian law, force your kids, okay? Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, that framest mischief by law? That framest mischief by law, showing you all this wickedness is done what? Through that what? They have the power of the pen right now. They sit in the power seat, so what? Through that law, they're able to force unrighteous decrees and mischief. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 2:11. Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 11. Let our strength, this is the mind of Esau, this is how they think, okay? Specifically those who in power right now. Let our strength be the law of justice. See that? Their strength is in the law of justice, their laws, their legislation. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. So that's just how they look at our people, or the Lord's people in general. Okay, they're feeble, they're poor. They have a term they use. Okay, talking about the international bankers or the left hand, the global elitists. They refer to the majority of the people as wasteless eaters, useless eaters, or cattle. Okay, so this is their mindset. Okay, this is how they look at the majority of the people. If you're not with them and their social clubs or their status, okay, billionaires and things of that nature, those who actually run and control policies, this is how they look at the masses, as feeble, worth nothing, they're useless. Put them on the battlefield. Get their children. This is what they're for. They're servants. Put them on the field, see? Also, I want to grab Revelations 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So this is going into the white man's political system as well. Specifically, if you had to say Democrat and Republican, when it says two horns like a lamb, horn represents what? Power and authority. Okay, so the two horns would be two different sides, like good cop, bad cop, Democrat, Republican, which had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So a lamb appears to be innocent, right? But he says he spake like a dragon. How is he speaking like a dragon? He's speaking harsh through his policies, through his legislation, through draconian laws. Okay, that's something that appears as a lamb, but when he speaks through his legislation, it's harsh, it's draconian like a dragon. This is what we're starting to see more and more of. Okay, once again, him speaking as a dragon, his laws, his legislation is only going to lead up to more draconian laws, more unjust decrees. Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and grab Psalms. I guess we'll close out here. Psalms 140:1. Because when you read the Psalms, the majority of the Psalms was King David, okay? It was twofold. David had a lot of enemies in his time, so he was constantly praying to the Lord for deliverance, but also, okay, the Lord showed David the new covenant, okay? David was also a prophet. He was prophesying for us in the last times, in the days that we're coming into. So these are the same prayers that we should be praying. These are the prayers that we ask in the Most High, okay? Deliver us from the wicked. Deliver us, save us, O Lord. Hear us when we cry out to you. Okay, the majority of the Psalms, that's what they are. Those are prayers. Okay, so this is Psalms 140:1. A Psalm of David, deliver me, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, from the evil man. Okay, that's Esau, the so-called white man. Preserve me from the violent man. Same thing. Who was the violent man in this case? That will be Esau, your so-called white man. Which imagine mischief in their heart continually. Are they gathered together for war? They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent adders. Poison is under their lips. Selah. How do he sharpen his tongue like a serpent? What is that talking about? They sharpen their tongue, what? Through their law. Once again, these decrees, draconian laws, more unrighteous decrees. That's them sharpening their tongue. Okay, they have verse 3 again. They have sharpened their tongue like a serpent's adder. Poison is under their lips. Selah. Keep me, O Lord, from the hand of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. So we're seeing the prayers of David. Keep me, meaning preserve me, protect me, Lord. Keep me from this violent man, from the wicked man, okay, who's constantly plotting against us on every way. Okay, every level of warfare has been done against the Lord's people by this man. Okay, psychological, spiritual warfare. Okay, the spiritual warfare, lying to about who our God was, giving us a false image, their image to worship. Okay, lying about the Bible, okay, teaching the Bible the wrong way when we couldn't read or write as slaves, making it what? Punishable by death if you were caught reading the Bible. Okay, all that spiritual warfare, giving us all these different denominations, telling us you're black, you're not the children of God, you black, you niggas, you colored, all this deception, all these lies, psychological warfare. Every time you turn on your television, okay, something portraying our people as negative, in a negative light, thugs, whores, prostitutes, drug dealers, gangsters. The perception of the world with our people is negative because of what? The warfare and witchcraft through their media. Okay, on every single level, biological warfare, chemical, the worst foods, chemtrails in the community, all of these things targeting what the Lord's people. So this is how he waged war. This is why it's calling him the violent man. So the David's prayer, same thing with our prayer today. Lord, preserve us, keep us, protect us from the violent man. Verse 4, keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purposed to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid snares for me, and cords they have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me, Selah. Okay, so the snares, or everything that we go in, snares are traps. Snares, they spread a net by the wayside. We're giving you examples of all the different snares and traps that's been set for our people on every level you look at it. Okay, just like even during the time of the pandemic or whatever. Okay, who do they say go first? You need to go first. You need to take this. Okay, all these different levels of deceptions, of snares and traps that's constantly being laid from our people by the wicked, violent man. Okay, let me read on down a little more. Verse, hold on. Let me highlight some of this. Verse 6. I said unto the Lord, thou art my God. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord. And that should be our prayer every day. Please hear me, Lord. Hear our supplications. Hear our prayer. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Why? Because the desires of the wicked is to destroy the people of God. So we saying, please don't grant them their desires, Lord. Further not his wicked devices, lest they exalt themselves, Selah, as the head of those that compass me about. Let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Everything that they speak and plan against your people, Lord, let it fall on them. Verse 10, let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they raise not up again. Okay, so let their own mischief fall on their own head, that they won't raise up again, because as long as they're in power, this earth will be what? Sold in wickedness. Okay, it's not until the wickedness is taken away that a righteous kingdom could come. Verse 11, let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. I know that the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. And that's our prayer, Lord. Maintain our cause. Fight for the poor. Fight for your people. Okay? Otherwise, we don't have a chance. This world don't have a chance. Okay? Remember what's that? Maybe Matthew 24:24. Let me grab it real quick. Let's see, 22, okay? Because we don't have a chance. If it's not for the Lord hearing our prayer, maintaining our cause, defending us, we do not have a chance, okay? And this is what this is talking about, Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And that's why the time is passing so fast now. Notice the day you wake up, you do one or two things, it's already time for the next day. That's the Lord speeding up. He's shortening the time for the elect's sake. Because if those days wasn't cut short, this world continued to go on. Continued to go on as long and long without the Lord shortening his time. This white man would kill everybody, including himself. Okay, whether it's through GMO poisons, chemtrails in the air, or ultimately what you're seeing now, whether it's just through country versus country, World War, everybody just being bombed and blown up. Okay, so this is what it's talking about. So we pray, we constantly ask the Lord to maintain our cause, because if not, as we just read, if the Lord didn't intervene, cut those days short, it wouldn't be one person left on this earth. Okay, so we're going to go here and close out with that. I pray that this lesson has been edifying. That's been House passes Bill 18 through 26, register men for voting, or however I worded it. But I pray that it's been edifying. Until next time, I'll say shalom. We out.